Alright, so I didn't want to actually make this video, but I feel like this needs to be said. I wanted to talk about censorship. Okay, in this video I will be talking a lot about Stellar Blade, but just keep in mind that this video is not just about Stellar Blade. So, for those of you who don't know, is that Stellar Blade was censored before it was released, basically. And I want to post all the screenshots, so you can see the screenshots on the video. And compare. So what happened was is that people that game journalists before they came out, they were testing out the game, see how it plays, so they can do their early reviews. And basically, there was an article they said about the as you can see in the screen, there was a wall with some graffiti on it, and there was supposed to be like a shop that there's supposed to be a sign to point into the shop, and it said the graffiti said hard R shop, and the game journalists have actually said, "Oh, this is racist because it's very close to the N word or something like that." And what's funny is that when they censored it, they changed it to Crime R Shop, which if you actually Google it, it's actually much worse. Right? It makes it much worse because you actually. I don't want to say it on YouTube because I know they might flag it, but just Google search and you know what I mean. So it is more of a racist word, but yeah, that's one of the things. And then once the game was released, is the fans noticed that some of the outfits were censored. Like they will change. I think it's about two outfits that have been censored, actually, which you can actually see on screen here. So basically, they're covered with cleavage in a sense, yeah. So you can see the difference. And here's the thing: I know people are gonna ask, "Oh, why should you even care about this?" Yeah, it didn't change. They didn't change the gameplay. Just two outfits and just like some graffiti on the wall, right? But the problem with censorship is that these kind of things can get out of control. Actually, before I get into that, this does appear that it was censored by Sony and not the developers themselves. Here's why I say that. It's because literally this all happened before literally the game before it was released. Now, what happened was is as I mentioned before, is that some game journalists, I won't mention that here, but some game journalists had got the game early and they complained about, oh, this game is too sexual, she's too beautiful, this game is race, all this stuff, yeah. So then basically this may have forced Sony to force their hand to censor the game. Now, this has actually caused a lot of outcry among the fans because here's the thing about these game journalists, you're saying about this about Stellar Blade, is that literally the same people were literally praising games like Baldur's Gate, where there's literally penis physics and you can have sex in that game, and even with animals. And there's also the Last of Us sex scene as well. See, here's the thing: why is it that they praise that, but yet when it comes to Eastern games, they complain? Which this is what I can't understand. I think Tomb Raider is the only exception to this because they're trying to uglify her and all that. That's a story for another day. But why is that? Also, why are Western games allowed to have these things, but Eastern games are not allowed? So that's the thing as well, right? There Western games are not being censored as much as or Asian games. When it comes to Asian games, they literally everything almost needs to be censored, but they can't even show skin. Like, why is that? See, the thing is, I don't actually understand that logic because, like, with Western games, they can show full-on nudity, sex scenes, and all that. There's like plenty of games that have all this stuff in the West that are made in the West. But when it comes to Asian games, they're not even allowed to show cleavage or no, definitely no nudity. Like even Final Fantasy has been censored for the most dumbest things as well. So I don't understand that logic. Now I'm actually trying not to bust that in a rant here, but here's the thing, right? I'll give you a few examples of how these things can get out of control, right? Fire Emblem Fates, which has nothing to do with Sony, right? Here's the thing: in that game, there is a conversation between two characters, which is like, if you're not unfamiliar with that game, you basically like when you can build like when you pair two characters, you get like a friendship meter, and then you can have support conversations. Yeah, they can have support conversation with each other. Now I can't remember which two characters it was, but literally, there's no dialogue in one of those conversations. Like literally just dots. Like there's literally missing dialogue in that whole conversation. Like, is that acceptable? I'll give you another example. Actually, a lot of people don't know about this one, but I'll go to Final Fantasy 16, right? In that, there is a mission where you do with Jill, where you do her personal what happened to her, and there was this enemy that she was trying to kill. Now, I won't get into too much spoilers, but the enemy she was trying to take out is what was revealed was much darker compared to the English version. Now, I'm not gonna say what it is because of YouTube stuff, but it was hard, pretty like dark, and that was like, censored for the English version. Why? I don't know. Even though it's got a mature rating. Yeah. So now I can go on and on about this, but you guys have probably seen it yourselves. Actually, most likely you guys have seen it yourselves, where you brought one of these games, and some of the dialogues they've either taken completely out of context. Or even another thing is like I don't want to go too much into like the woke stuff, but sometimes they've even changed things because of political. They want to push a political agenda as well. I'm pretty sure you've seen that as well. So yeah, I don't understand the logic. Like it's like they're trying to destroy these games. Why can't we have these kind of games? Why can't we have games like Stellar Blade? Why are these sensitive people trying to censor things that don't need to be censored? Why are they too soft? You know what I mean? Yeah, so why can't we have games like Stellar Blade? Actually, about Stellar Blade is there is a petition going around. I'll link it in the description below the petition, but basically it's to uncensor the game. It's pretty high up, so if I think it passed like 75,000 already. So I'll leave it in the description below if you guys want to sign it. So this censorship needs to stop. Like if any like game journalists out there or something that just or people just generally that don't like this kind of games, then don't buy them. You know what I mean? Just let everybody else enjoy them. Let all the fans enjoy whatever they want to enjoy. If you want to play if you want to play a certain type of games, then go play them and leave everybody else alone. You know what I mean? What's the point of censoring game? Well, what are you gonna? You're not gonna get anything out of it. And here's my message to all game companies. Yeah, to Sony, to Nintendo, and Xbox. Let's say, yeah. Stop censoring these. Stop censoring games for no reason, especially Sony. Yeah, there's no point of censoring Stellar Blade for what? For what? Let all these game developers, develop games. Like let them have creative freedom to do what they want. So they can create the game in their vision, what they envisioned. You know what I mean? Let them create. That's all I say. And the most important thing, listen to your fans, because they're the ones that are actually buying your game. You're making money out of them, the fans. So listen to your fans. So yeah, that's enough from me. I rambled on way too long. Like I said about Stellar Blade, I'll link a link down in the description if you guys want to sign a petition. And yeah, actually before I leave, here's my message to Sony in Japan. If they keep censoring games on your platform, you need to take back the PlayStation headquarters. You need to take it back to Japan, because so we can have the good glory Sony days, because otherwise because this censorship is going too far. In my opinion, it's going way too far. Anyway, that's enough from me. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.